Today on The Boot Guy, we're talking about the Wolverine 6-inch non-steel toe work wedge boot. The Wolverine work wedge boot is a very basic boot. It's the same technology they've been using since the late 70s into the 80s. There's nothing really to write home about here, outside of the fact that it's an okay boot. It's comfortable. It's a work boot. It's a price point work boot. So Wolverine uses a very nice, soft but strong leather. It's similar to a pair of gloves, if I had to compare this leather to a pair of heavy-duty work gloves. That's the type of leather it feels like. The actual construction of the boot, because it is a price point boot and it is kind of a lower end boot in the realm of Wolverine today, it kind of shows. It shows that this isn't the best thing that Wolverine is pushing out. But for a work boot that's usually going to be at or under $100, it's not a bad choice for a guy that's in a pinch. The sole is a very basic wedge sole. Oil resistant, slip resistant type sole, single density. It's a blown sole, so it's a blown material to get it to be so light and fluffy. Lots of air is mixed in with here, so it's got a lot of bounce. Now, the one thing the sole's not going to be really good for is abrasion. So if you're walking a lot of freshly poured concrete or rough metal surfaces, this sole, though it's going to feel that it's kind of sticky at first, as you wear through the traction on it, it's going to start to feel like an ice skate. Now when you go inside the boot, what you're going to find is it's just leather and sole. There's no insulation. There's a light cotton material that has been put into the vamp of the boot, but everything else is just leather. The tongue is padded with the exact same type of padding that you'll find in like a stuffed animal or a children's toy. Now as for an insole, Wolverine sends along this footbed. It's nothing great, it's just a footbed that sits on top of a hard board. But what is nice is that Wolverine perforated it. So you're going to get some airflow inside the boot because it's not an insulated boot and it's not lined with anything. It's definitely not waterproof, but it is going to get hot and sweaty because of the coating of the leather in order to get it to look like this. It's going to make it a little bit warmer for a unlined boot. The laces and the eyelids on the boot are just as you would expect for a price point boot. They're okay. They're going to work. They're going to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to keep your boot tied, and it's going to come off easy at night when you're dead tired after a 15-hour day. Now, is it the most durable stuff in the world? No, it's not, but it's not the most expensive boot in the world. Now, the fit, sizing, comfort, and all the wearability of this boot, it's okay. It's not great. It's nothing to write home about. It's not the type of boot you're going to brag to your friends about that it's the most comfortable thing in the world. But guys, if you're going to be doing some real work in this thing, you might want to upgrade into a different Wolverine because Wolverine makes some really amazing boots. Unfortunately, this is not one of them. This is a basic boot. So that's the Wolverine Work Wedge 6-inch non-steel toe boot. If you've ever worn this Wolverine, please comment below. Let guys know what you think about it. How long did it last you? Did it die really quick? Was it one of those boots you were surprised because it lasted you a year and a half? Comment below. Let guys know. If you want to know more about this Wolverine or the history of Wolverine, check out my website, TheBootGuy.com. There I will have a full description and some detailed photos of this boot and a little brief history on the Wolverine company. Please don't forget to hit my subscribe button below. It really helps out. And if you should have any boot questions about fit, size, style, any of that stuff, just send me an email. Pick my brain. See what I got to say. All right. Until the next time, I'm the Boot Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.